What happens when your career climbs but your relationship crumbles? When the 9 to 5 steals your 5 to 9 love on the clock? In this video, I shall uncover the emotional toll of hustle culture on relationships, how time, burnout, and career obsession are quietly destroying intimacy, and what it takes to reclaim the love connection between lovers in a world that never stops working. In today's fast-paced world, work demands often bleed into personal time, leaving love and intimacy gasping for air. Couples struggle to connect when deadlines replace date nights and emotional presence is lost to emails and late meetings. The very ambition that builds success can silently dismantle closeness. Below are 5 practical nuggets for reigniting and safeguarding intimacy in long-term relationships, each drawn from imagery and themes in Song of Solomon chapter 2. Each section begins with the biblical spark, then unpacks a real-world application to relationship uproar. Nugget 1. Nurture daily growth. Biblical spark, the fig tree forms its early fruit. The blossoming vines spread their fragrance. Arise, come my darling, my beautiful one, come with me. Songs of Solomon 2:13 ESV. What to do? Treat your relationship like a living plant that needs daily watering, sunlight, and gentle care in order to form fruits. If you neglect it, it withers. If you tend it, it flourishes and its vines blossom. Why this matters? In the poem, the groom adores her bride as a blossom vine who bears fruits early. For her to blossom and bear fruits early, she needed light, attention, water, emotional nourishment, and protection from harsh elements from him. Similarly, couples often assume that we've been together X years, so we don't need daily corresponding efforts. But in reality, intimacy is like that green, shoot small, consistent acts of care, help it grow stronger when done together. Practical steps to do, 5-minute check-in ritual. What you should do. Every morning or evening spend 5 uninterrupted minutes asking how are you feeling about us today. Why you should do, even a brief moment of real interest waters the bond. It says, your inner life matters to me. Weekly sunlight activity. What you should do something uplifting together. Take a brisk walk, play a board game, or share a favorite song. Why you should do, just as plants need sunlight, people need shared positive experiences to produce the feel-good hormones that glue them together. Emotional fertilizer. What you should do. Offer one genuine compliment or word of appreciation daily. I really admire how you handled that call at work. Why you should do. Praise acts like fertilizer. It enriches the emotional soil, making both partners feel valued and eager to invest more. Prune old grievances. What you should do. Identify one small resentment you've been holding onto. Agree to talk it through, forgive, and let it go. Why you should. Dead leaves block new growth. Unresolved irritation chokes intimacy. Pruning frees space for fresh connection. Growth journal. What you should do. Keep a shared notebook. Each week, write one thing you've noticed growing positively in your relationship, and one area you'd like to nurture next. Why you should do. Recording progress makes growth visible. It motivates you to keep caring for your plant. Real-life scenario. After 10 years of marriage, Carla and James felt they drifted into roommate mode. They started a morning check-in over coffee, just 2 questions. What's one thing you need from me today? And what's one thing you appreciate? Within a month, they noticed small but meaningful shifts. James began leaving Carla little notes when he left for work, and Carla surprised him with his favorite breakfast on busy mornings. Their green shoot regained strength through daily drops of attention. Bottom line, don't wait for big events to show you care. Like a plant, your relationship thrives on consistent small acts of emotional nourishment. Nugget 2. Create a protected banquet hall. Biblical spark. Let him lead me to the banquet hall and let his banner over me be love. Songs of Solomon 2:4, NIV. What to do. Carve out a special safe zone in your daily life, a mini banquet hall, where you feel cherished, shielded from outside stress, and free to relax together. Why this matters. In ancient times, a banqueting hall was a place of celebration, abundance, and honored guests. The beloved leads the Shulamite there under a banner of love. In modern life, couples rarely build such sanctuaries. Work deadlines, kids, chores, social media, and neighborhood noise all intrude. Without a protected room for just the two of you, intimacy quietly seeps away. Practical steps to do: designate your hall. What you should do. Choose a specific spot or time that is yours alone. A corner of the living room, the porch swing, or even a nightly 15-minute window after dinner. Why you should do it. A clear container, whether it's a place or time, signals to your brains, now we relax into us. Raise your banner of love. What you should do. Create a simple symbol that reminds you this is sacred time. A candle, a special pillow, or a small framed photo of a happy memory. Why you should do it. Symbols focus attention. Seeing the candle lit or the photo nearby cues you both to leave stress at the door. Establish hall etiquette. What you should do: agree on 2 or 3 rules for this time. No work talk, no screens, no interrupting. Keep it brief if needed. Consistency matters more than duration. Why you should do it. Boundaries protect your space. They tell outside demands, you can wait. This time is for us. Feast on connection. What you should do. Do something enjoyable together in your hall. Share a dessert, read aloud, listen to music, or simply talk about non-urgent dreams and ideas. Why you should do it. A banquet isn't about the food as much as the festivity. Shared pleasure cements closeness. Rotate the role of host. What you should do. Take turns leading each session. One partner chooses the activity or topic, the other follows. Switch weekly. Why you should do it. Hosting shows care and creativity. Being hosted feels honored. Both experiences build mutual appreciation. Real-life scenario. Healthcare workers. Maya and Chris found their relationship squeezed by shift work and parenting. They created a 10-minute porch ritual. Each evening when Chris got home, they stepped outside, turned off their phones, lit a citronella candle, and simply breathed together. No conversation was forced. Sometimes they talked, sometimes they sat in companionable quiet. That tiny banquet hall became their sanctuary, a daily reminder that their love deserved a protected space. Bottom line, you can't stop the world's demands, but you can build a little fortress of us time. Under that banner of love, you'll rediscover safety, celebration, and the simple joy of being together. Nugget 3. Guard against the little foxes. Biblical spark. Catch for us the foxes, the little foxes that ruin the vineyards, our vineyards that are in bloom. Songs of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15, NF. What to do? Identify and nip in the bud, the small everyday habits or irritations, little foxes, that quietly erode affection and trust over time. Why this matters. Small problems seem harmless. A curt tone, a missed chore, a sarcastic comment, habitual lateness. Left unchecked, these foxes dig tunnels under your emotional connection and collapse the ground beneath you. You may overlook them because each seems trivial, but cumulatively, they spoil the vineyard of your relationship. Weekly fox hunt session. What you should do. Once a week, spend 10 minutes naming one small annoyance each of you has noticed. You've been checking email during dinner. Discuss it calmly and agree on a tiny change. Why you should do. Bringing issues into the open stops them from burrowing deeper. Signal the fox. What you should do. Create a lighthearted code word or gesture, for example fox, to gently call out when one of you is slipping into a harmful habit, without blaming. Why you should do. Humor plus immediate feedback helps correct the cause before resentment builds. Vineyard checkpoints. What? Place a small reminder like a sticky note or an app alert midweek. Anything spoiling our fun? Jot down any micro irritations and address them that evening. Why regular check-ins keep foxes from multiplying unseen. Positive replacement. What? For every negative habit you curb, replace it with a positive one. If you stop scrolling during dinner, replace it with asking one curiosity question. Why? Simply removing a behavior leaves a void that can refill with old patterns. A new positive habit cements the change. Celebrate the capture. What? When you successfully eliminate a recurring fox, celebrate it, share a high five, a sweet treat, or a special victory hug. Why reinforcement makes you both feel competent and motivated to tackle the next small issue. Real-life scenario. After years together, Rob's tendency to zone out when stressed became a regular frustration for Lynn. It felt trivial. He wasn't yelling or abandoning her, but she felt unseen. They agreed on a code word, fox. If either felt the other withdrawing, they'd say it softly. That simple signal brought Rob back into the conversation, and over time the habit of checking in replaced the withdrawal. Their vineyard began blooming again. Bottom line, don't wait for big fights to fix things. Spot the tiny nuisances, the foxes, and deal with them quickly. A little vigilance goes a long way in preserving flourishing intimacy. Nugget 4. Stay emotionally awake. Biblical spark. Until the day breathes and the shadows flee, turn, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag on cleft mountains. Songs of Solomon 2:17, ESV. Earlier in the chapter she says, "My beloved is mine and I am his. He grazes among the lilies." Songs of Solomon 2:16. What to do? Even when life feels routine or you feel checked out, keep your heart tuned into your partner's emotional signals. Don't let your heart fall asleep. Why this matters. The Shulamite says she's asleep while her heart remains alert for her beloved's return. In long relationships, it's easy to go on autopilot. You perform shared tasks without really feeling present. That sleepwalking erodes intimacy. But if your heart stays awake, sensitive to your partner's joys, pains, and small overtures, you maintain an emotional connection that transcends routine. Daily heart check moment. What you should do. At some point each day, pause and ask yourself, how is my partner feeling right now? Jot a word or two. Why you should do. This mental habit keeps you tuned to their inner state instead of drifting in your own concerns. Mirroring exercise. What you should do. Once a day when your partner shares something, stress, excitement, worry, repeat back what you heard. It sounds like you felt frustrated when, before offering solutions. Why you should do. Mirroring proves you're emotionally awake. It builds trust and prevents misunderstandings. Emotion radar. What you should do. Agree on 3 mood signals: tone of voice, facial expression, body language. You'll watch for as signs your partner needs extra support or space that day. Why you should do. We miss emotional cues when we're distracted. Having a shared radar improves responsiveness. Recharge ritual. What you should do. When either of you feels emotionally drained, take a brief heart nap. 5 minutes of quiet togetherness without agenda. Hold hands, breathe, or sit side by side. Why you should do. Even if you can't solve the stressor, letting your heart rest in each other's presence rekindles emotional wakefulness. Celebrate return. What you should do. When you notice your partner waking up emotionally, reaching out, laughing, sharing, acknowledge it. I love seeing you light up. Why you should do. Reinforcing those moments trains both hearts to seek and cherish emotional engagement. Real-life scenario. After their children went to college, Dan and Elise found themselves drifting into separate hobbies, rarely checking in on each other's inner lives. Dan began the daily heart check practice, a quick mental note at lunchtime. Elise might be feeling lonely today. When he got home, he asked, "Want to talk about your day?" That small gesture opened up nightly conversations that had been missing for years. Bottom line, Don't let your relationship run on autopilot. Keep your heart alert to your partner's emotional world. A little conscious attention each day prevents the slow fade into disconnect. Nugget 5. Declare your love as a banner. Biblical spark. His banner over me is love. Songs of Solomon 2:4 ESV. What to do? Make your love public, unmistakable, and proudly displayed, like a banner fluttering overhead, so both partners constantly feel valued and secure. Why this matters? In ancient Near Eastern culture, armies or noble houses marched under banners announcing identity and allegiance. Here, the beloved's banner is love itself, proclaiming commitment and protection. In modern relationships, love often goes unspoken or hidden. Couples stop saying I love you, stop celebrating anniversaries, stop holding hands in public. Without a clear banner, doubt and insecurity creep in. Daily declaration. What? Verbally say I love you at least once a day with eye contact and a touch. Why? Hearing those words underpins emotional safety and counters any lurking insecurities. Public displays of affection, or PDA. What? Hold hands while walking, put your arm around your partner in a cafe, or share a quick kiss in front of friends. Why? PDAs signal to each other and to the world that you're a united team. Anniversary and milestone rituals. What? Celebrate not just wedding anniversaries, but monthly yes days, the date of your first date, or any small milestone. Why? Regular celebrations keep your banner flying and remind you of your journey together. Wear your banner. What? Create a simple token, a bracelet, keychain, or piece of art, with a phrase or symbol meaningful to your relationship. Why? Physical reminders reinforce the sense that your love is real, shared, and honored. Defend under the banner. What? When conflicts arise, remind each other, we're on the same side. Use that phrase to pivot from you versus me to us versus problem. Why? Knowing you're under the same banner creates solidarity. It transforms arguments into joint problem solving. Real-life scenario. After 15 years, Sean and Tara realized they seldom said I love you anymore. They decided to text each other that phrase at lunch, even when together. It felt odd at first, but soon the midday message became a bright spot. A reminder that despite busy schedules, their commitment remained. Their friends noticed their renewed closeness and asked what changed. Sean simply pointed to their banner of love. Bottom line. Don't let your love become an inside secret. Raise it high, declare it often, and let it guide you through every challenge. A visible banner of love keeps intimacy strong and unshakable. Bringing it all together. Song of Solomon. Chapter 2 gives us 5 vivid images. A tender shoot, a banquet hall, little foxes, an awake heart, and a banner of love. By translating these poetic pictures into daily habits, nurturing growth, creating protected spaces, tackling small irritations, staying emotionally alert, and proudly declaring love, you can reverse the slide of intimacy in any long-term relationship. Small, consistent actions inspired by ancient passion can restore the warmth, safety, and joy that first brought you together.